If you feel like you are working harder every year, but your life is not moving forward, this message is for you. Because the most dangerous trap ambitious people fall into is believing that effort alone guarantees success. It does not. Plenty of people work non-stop and still feel stuck, stressed, and quietly frustrated. The real issue is not a lack of hustle. It is working on the wrong thing. One of the biggest mistakes driven people make is obsessing over income while neglecting identity. Money can rise quickly through luck, timing, or opportunity. But if your personal growth does not rise with it, life has a way of pulling you back to your old level. That is why some people get sudden success and lose it just as fast. They try to upgrade their lifestyle before upgrading who they are. Sustainable success only sticks when your mindset, habits, and skills can support it. This is why chasing success directly rarely works. Success is not something you hunt down like a target. It is something you attract by becoming more capable, more disciplined, and more valuable. Happiness works the same way. It does not come from what you acquire. It comes from what you become. When your confidence, clarity, and character improve, the external results follow naturally. The core idea that changes everything is this: your life does not improve because you want it to, and it does not improve because you are busy. It improves when you understand how things actually work. Most people do not lack resources. They lack insight. They assume their problem is money, connections, or time, when the real problem is not knowing how to create results. Once you gain the right ideas, options appear where none existed before. That is why intentional learning matters. If you want better outcomes, you must study better outcomes. Study how successful people think, decide, and act. Study how wealth is created, not how it is wished for. Study how emotionally stable people handle pressure and uncertainty. Leaving your future to chance is one of the quiet ways people sabotage themselves. Progress should be designed, not hoped for. But learning alone is not enough. One of the most common modern traps is collecting information without applying it. Knowledge that never turns into action becomes mental clutter. Growth only happens when learning is reinforced through repetition and use. When you revisit ideas, reflect on them, and practice them, they slowly change your behavior. And when behavior changes, results change. Another powerful but overlooked accelerator is proximity. Who you listen to, observe, and spend time around shapes your standards. You can learn just as much from observing patterns as you can from formal lessons. Notice how disciplined people structure their days. Notice how calm people speak under pressure. Notice how effective people prepare before acting. Success leaves patterns, and patterns can be learned. Discipline is where most people give up too early. They try to fix everything at once and fail. Real discipline starts small. It begins with doing the simple things you already know you should do. Keeping promises to yourself builds internal trust. That trust becomes confidence. Over time, small disciplines stack into the ability to handle bigger challenges without breaking down. One final mistake to avoid is looking for shortcuts. Trying to beat the system usually leads to cutting corners, compromising values, and building a life that feels empty, even if it looks impressive. The longer path done correctly always outperforms the fast path done poorly. Integrity compounds just like skill does. Here is the question that decides everything. What are you going to do differently starting tomorrow? Not someday, not when conditions improve. Tomorrow. Because if nothing changes, the future will look exactly like the past. But the moment you choose to grow instead of just grind, you change the direction of your entire life. And that choice is always available to you.